Now, what is actually the price for peace? How much do we have to sacrifice to get peace? In terms of human beings, number of people, how many people are we to sacrifice for the sake of peace? How many do we need to kill, destroy for the sake of peace? How many do we have to shove under for the sake of peace? These are the questions that come to mind when talking about what happened today. What really happened today? Finally, the ceasefire and the prisoner swap happened today in Gaza, between Gaza and Israel. That begs the question, why did so many have to die before we come to this point? If the conclusion was that a day like this will come, why do we have to start in the first place? Why the hostage taking? Entire neighborhood of people wiped out because you're holding on to few human beings whose life worth a lot still. I read that in the exchange, one person is equivalent to 30 Palestinians. Is that how much their life is worth? A woman is worth 60. Is that how much they rate their lives? That one woman's life is worth 60 Palestinians' life. Is that how much human life is worth? Is that why it's easy to let everything burn down before the prisoners are released? Is that why everything has to be leveled before disagreement is reached? One human being to 30, two women to 60. Is that how much the world has degenerated? I saw the people from the Israeli side singing, rejoicing. Some people were asked questions. One person who was in her sunshade said, doesn't matter. The most important thing is that they're back. Yeah, it might be a bad deal for us too, but at least we have our hostages. That's a woman. Another woman said, are we really going to give up killers for this few number? Thousands of killers for few number of people who are not killers. They will still come back to kill us. And that makes the question again. Is it worth it? If it is not worth it, will you say exactly the same thing if it is your kid that has been in captivity? And I mean both ways. If you're a Palestinian, will you say that you will hold on to these people if it were your baby that is captured in Israel? For the Israeli, who say this is a bad deal or a good deal, would your position be exactly the same if your kid is involved? That's why I asked the initial question, what is the price for peace? If the price is good enough, it is good enough irrespective of which way it goes. Whether it's too many people for too few or too few people for too many, it doesn't matter. The most important thing is that let the dying stop. Let people stop dying. Excuse me. Let people stop dying. Too many have died. Too many houses, too many property, too many livelihood have been destroyed. If you ask me secretly, if Hamas knew that the destruction would be this much, would they have done exactly the same thing? Honestly, my answer is, I don't really know. People who will do evil irrespective of the consequence. But it's up to the people who will do good to find a way just to stop them and not to go all in for destruction when they have already committed evil. Because if one eye all the time, all of us will have no eyes left. All of us will be blind. I understand the sentiment of the Israeli. You killed our people and took some hostage. We are going to fight back until we get them. I understand. I might even do the same thing if I'm in their shoes. But what I don't understand is why people will put themselves in the position to be slaughtered in this manner. In one of my earlier videos, sometime last year, I said it. A little girl was crying from the Gaza side that her leg was missing, that she needs her leg back. You need to be a brute not to react in such a scenario. If those 1,000 were not killed that way, would this little girl have lost her leg? Honestly, I don't know the answer. But if I should presume, my presumption would be no, she wouldn't have lost her leg. Because there wouldn't have been such bombardment in such scale. I can say in such a human scale. From the beginning, I supported the military action Israel take. But at a point, they lost me. And there was no point I supported the killing by Hamas. But trust me, the pain, the women and children, and men, not just women and children, of Palestinians were going through, I felt it. No matter how strong you are, you will crack when you watch your baby sleep outside and it's not sure of what your baby will eat the next day. Forget about now. You might scrap something out now and give you. But when you are not sure if there's anything for her, when you are not sure where he or she will sleep the next day, any man will cry. That's why it baffles me that both sides held up till now to actualize this peace. Or is it because the people negotiating for the peace are not strong enough? But I listened to what Trump said a few days ago. If they don't make peace before I come in, all hell will let loose. Probably you need to take such a position for people to negotiate for peace. Peace! So many have died. It shouldn't have been so. It wouldn't have been that way. There's no reason why it should have been that way. There should have been another way. The way we threw away diplomacy, and when I say this, I mean in Europe too. These are a civilized society. They should have done more when it comes to diplomacy. But it seems that the language of the military is in the head of everyone. If you say I'm wrong, then why is the war in Ukraine still going on? Answer. Please answer me. If I am wrong in saying that even the West that is supposed to be civilized have adopted the language of the military, which is kill. Because whether you like it or not, the military is trained to kill. Yeah, they can be used for peacekeeping, but their training, watch every single training the military has. In terms of fighting your opposition, you have to destroy your opposition. The diplomats are now thinking like the military. And the military are going like haywire. If they have the mind where it's supposed to be, the same way they're talking about peace in Gaza today, there should have been peace talk between Russia and Ukraine now. At least going on. How many more people need to die before we turn and stop that enough have died? I'm not part of this. Please, those who can say something, those who have the voice, the longer you keep this going, the more life that is wasted. If this will be the outcome at the end of it all, if we will still circle back and come to negotiate for peace, then why? Why didn't we do it all the way from the beginning? Why did they have to allow so many to die before they come to the same point that they would have come to many hours, many days, many months back? And the same question goes to Ukraine. If they will still come back to the table, what are they waiting for? It's not too late. Many have died already yet. But every single day that passes without this discussion being started is one or two more people dying extra, whose life would have been saved. And I ask the politician, if your kids are on the front, would you allow this war to go this long? If your answer is no, I don't want to blame you. I don't want to criticize you. If your answer is no, initiate the way to peace right now. Otherwise, you are as guilty as hell. You are not better than Putin. He's an evil man, and so are you. If you know that if your kids are in the war front, slugging it out in Ukraine, that you would not allow that, then, and you have not got for peace, then you're as bad as Putin. And that is my talk. If you like what you heard, please like, share, and please subscribe for more. Thank you very much.